She throws that out, and then it is gone. One Nonacid down. Second Nonacid down as well. It doesn't look like Ness has an answer for what Jorvius is doing right now. Jorvius is just handing out an insane whooping at this point. It looks like Ness's character card moved Jorvius' Reading Witch to slot 5, which terminates her. That's something that you see Swimsuit Irie do. She will shift a card down constantly until it reaches slot 5, and when it reaches slot 5, it is finito.
Another thing that you're seeing, we may actually see a balance. I believe Ness was, I know he was thinking about taking it out of his deck, but he had it in there before. He's one of those types that's kind of I'd like to say a gimmicky player. He really just, he doesn't have, and so there it is. Obviously, we knew it was coming at some point, and he just drops balance. So he's trying to even the odds, and we'll see what happens from here on out.
So that balance gets played. He's got Student Leader Lena. He's got Undertaker there. Both of those cards we've seen. Evens out the health. He was down by a lot. As you see now, it's 16-17. Jorvius doesn't seem to be too phased by this. He's still got a lot of strong cards in his hand that he can play. He's got Pass the Blood as well, so we can start pumping a bunch of attack and stam into one follower, but Undertaker is just handing out whoopings right now. We shall see if Jorvius gets something that he can use to take that Undertaker down. And there's the Magic Eye. There it is. One of those cards that can instantly bring you back into a game that you thought you might lose. And it is on the field. He also plays Pass the Blood and Tea Party Witch as well. So he's got 2 witches on the field, each of them with 1 armor. That's going to get funneled into 1 witch in the form of attack and stamina, as I said before, and that Magic Eye is going to be dealing some debuffs as well.
That Cheerleader Irie really works well for Jorvius. I mean, it's continually dropping the size of cards in his hand. As you can see, it's working on spell cards, and it's actually doing. It allows him to play way more cards, get a lot more buffs, and get things moving in his favor to try and counteract things like Undertaker.
So we've got a Cauldron Witch going down. We've also got Tea Party Witch still in there. Undertaker sitting pretty. Oh, and there she goes. Undertaker was a card that Ness loves to lean on, so I don't know what the rest of his strategy is. Oh, and just like that, Tea Party Witch moved from slot 4 to slot 5 by Swimsuit Irie, and now she is gone. And Jorvius decides to play an Undertaker of his own. And a confinement, and the Tower Visitor. Jorvius had that up his sleeve. He said, you want to play Undertaker? I can play Undertaker too, but you play yours first, and I will destroy it. That is exactly what he did. I think he is going to take Ness by surprise when Ness sees that Undertaker on the field. I don't think he's going to be happy. Hopefully he has a backup plan, but Undertaker is in slot 1, so it's going to take a while for Swimsuit Irie to shift that all the way down to slot 5. She should be here for a while if she can maintain stam.
Oh, this is swap is coming. This is, although it's an early swap. Unfortunately, that gets rid of all of Undertaker's attack. So I mean, it's really not going to do any damage. And it's since he lost the size as well, the Tower Visitor is going to have no effect. Although that strategy usually works for Jorvius, it looks like Ness was able to counter it.
Oh man, and Undertaker took the brunt of that swap spell and is still out on the field. Jorvius is down in health at the moment. Undertaker gets shifted 1 slot over by that Swimsuit Irie, and I'm sure Ness is feeling a lot more confident than he was, say, 2 minutes ago. He was probably not feeling that great when he saw Jorvius' Undertaker, but he had a plan. He had a plan, and it ended up working out pretty well for him.
Yeah, I think he probably thought, hey, he's going to put a big card in slot 1. And the other thing about it is, if you'll notice, Ness put that Terra Sancta nurse in slot 3, so he knew that swap was going to affect slot 3, and she starts out with 0 attack, 2 defense, and 11 stamina, so he was willing to sacrifice that defense and stamina for some attack to hurt Jorvius, and it really did work in his favor.
Also, we just saw Ness's shield break hits Undertaker, brings her defense to -2. She still survives. Undertaker's still alive and kicking, buffing her own stamina and attack. And is that Flag Knight that she just attacked?
Yeah, Flag Knight Fret in slot 1.
So, that's the end of Undertaker. Jorvius is kind of on his last legs here. He's got his Cauldron Witch. Hopefully she can stay in there, take that hit. Oh man, it has come down to 2-8. Jorvius is looking mighty frail at the moment. We'll see what he's able to cook up. Is he going to throw out another Cauldron Witch? She's had her size decreased from 5 to 3 by cheerleader Irie. He's eyeballing Witch Blood. Oh, he plays the second Cauldron Witch. Typically, she would be size 5 and he wouldn't be able to put anything out, but that cheerleader Irie has allowed him to play Witch Blood.
That's a dangerous move, playing with the Witch Blood. I mean, I guess you figure he's got both of his followers out there. Any of them get hit, and they're going to go down. It's game over anyway. So use the Witch Blood, drop the character life by 1. And wow. Ness drops Mother Demon Rumor, which is going to take away the highest card that Jorvius had, and it's game over.
A very well played spell card by Ness. He knew that all he had to do was take out one of those followers and played the correct spell card, took that follower out, and got the W. So it looks like Ness moves on to round 2, and he will play Delirium. Another very interesting match. These two play the most often. They played a number of games this morning. They played a number of games last night. Ness is constantly going to Delirium to sharpen his skills, so that will be very interesting. But up next, we have the man with the plan, the man who brought you Sword Girls, as I said, all the way from Korea, Delita, versus Vault, the underdog who happened to take out Dahooch because of a few key poor draws that happened. As we said, Sword Girls, so random in some aspects. Random in the sense that you don't know what cards you're going to get. Just like when you play poker, just like when you play so many other games, you just don't know the cards that you're going to be dealt, and you got to use what you have and adapt on the fly. That's what it's all about. Using your mind, outwitting your opponent, and having some great guesses as to what they are going to put out on the field.
Yep, a lot of it, really. And of course, you know, we now have an appearance by Ness, fresh off of his victory, gloating. Some of us were probably hoping he was going to lose in the first round, to just to be able to rub it in his face based on the preparation that he's had. But he gets through, and we'll see how it goes against Delirium. You know, we still got Delirium out there, Delita's out there. Vault is an underdog, an unknown, so to speak. But he still has an opportunity if he just has to get past Delita.
So we are going to get prepared for the very next match, Delita versus Vault, and when we are ready to go, we will get this thing fired up once again. Stay tuned, and we are going to be announcing the next few people who are in the drawing for that beautiful Sword Girls art book that I would love to have, but I cannot have one, even though I work here. So all of you are so much more lucky than I am. You all get the chance to have one. We will be right back. We are back here. We have Ness, the winner of the last match. He took out Jorvius. Let's see what he has to say about this victory. What do you have to say about that match, man?
Wow, that match was really close. I do get a little nervous mid-game because my strategy really revolves around end-game. I have kind of some cards in the wings that I wait for, but he did exactly what I was expecting him to do. I was a little nervous that he actually might play a spell card in that first slot, but he didn't, like I didn't think he would, so it worked out in my favor, and yeah, I was very much prepared for all of that, and I got a little lucky a few hands, but it was a good match. Oh yes, and Mother Demon for the win. She is awesome, by the way. Oh, just I want to say quickly too as well. I will be posting up again the next person that is going to be entered into the drawing to win the Sword Girls art book in just a second.
So yes, as you saw in that match, Jorvius was really, really low on health. If either of the two of his followers died, that would have been the end of the game for him. Ness predicted this, played that Mother Demon rumor. It took out one of his followers, and that was the end of the game before those two Cauldron Witches even had a chance to attack or defend themselves. It was over in a flash. It is all about strategy, folks. You got to be able to predict what the person's going to do. And that's exactly what he did. Ness was like, he is going to do this, I'm going to counter it, and I am going to move on to the next round. Jorvius is a great player who a lot of us expected was going to make it really, really far, but you just never know. You really just never know. And it looks like we have Delita here in the room. Delita's about to play Vault. Delita, do you have anything to say before you have this epic semi-final battle against Vault?
I forgot to put Mother Demon Rumor in my deck.
Oh man, so he's not going to be able to use the strategy that we just saw Ness use, but I think that he still might do okay. I think he'll do okay without it. Not everybody needs it, but it is a great card to have when the situation arises, which it just did in the last game.
So as you see here, we're just kind of waiting. Oh, and it's starting, even though. So looks like we got once again, foreign student Cinia being played by Delita, and once again, Kendo Sita shows up in the match. We got a couple people using that. And, I mean, immediately Delita's hand shows he's got that Crescent Conundrum and
Pass the blood party.
and yes, and a Pass the Blood party. Unfortunately, it does him no good right now. The only way he's going to be able to utilize it in this first turn is to there you go, is to use his first shuffle. But with two characters with size 2 defense, it's going to actually do him a pretty good job 2 times in a row.
Oh man, he played 2 Pass the Blood, so I think that's going to be +4, +4, 2 times? Yes, there's the first +4, +4. Second Pass the Blood's going to happen. We're going to see another +4, +4. This is what Delita likes to do. He likes to snowball all of these Pass the Bloods into one monstrosity of a character, continue to buff them, and have them just deal insane amounts of damage. I once saw, and no one's going to believe this, I think he got his attack up to 30 on one follower card in a game. It was just ruthless. I mean, and of course he's laughing the whole time that it's going on because he enjoys dealing that pain to people.
Yeah, a little bit of bragging going on there sometimes from Delita when he gets the stomping going down. But yeah, every now and then though we knock him down a peg just to make sure he knows where he is.
Yes, he is definitely, out of all the participants in the game, the master of overconfidence, but, you know, sometimes he does get the W and can reinforce that. You see the balance already in his hand. He's got the Sister's Letter as well that we've seen. He's got Meadow Leisure. As you can see here, there are a number of spell cards that these people in the office are using that they all universally feel are amazing. And there's the Insomniac Nonicid, who can throw out that debuff one time, then the ability goes away. Looks like Delita's going to hold on to balance. Now, of course, is not the time to play it when he's winning. If he is down in life later on in the game, we'll probably see it.
Part of the reason we played Nonicid right now was for 2 reasons. 1, her buff. 2, spell cards are going to go off first, so you know she's going to get some debuffs going and some buffs going. So hopefully it'll really give him some good things going.
We've got Student Leader Lena in slot 4 for Vault. Student Leader Lena we've seen also a number of times here. As we said before she is attacked, she's going to give herself a stand buff based on how many cards are in the hand of the user. There we see she gets taken out. Not too many cards in the hand, not too much stam given to her to keep her alive.
You see that Crescent Conundrum in slot 3. I mean, she's just a size 1 card, but she's continuing to get more powerful as the game goes on. Kendo Sita is going to knock her stamina down, but we'll see how long she can hang on before that and how much damage she's actually going to do.
Yeah, we often see Delita use Crescent Conundrum over and over and over again. That's a card that he really likes to rely on with that +2